Hello, my name is Conce Moraba from ABSA Agribusiness, and today we'll be talking to Dr. Hendrick Smith from Grain SA on the economics of conservation agriculture. Dr. Hendrick Smith, welcome.
Thank you, Conce. Nice to be here.
So Hendrick, tell us, what exactly is conservation agri and what does it entail?
Conservation agriculture comprises a couple of principles or practices that need to be applied simultaneously and with quality. So the first one is minimum mechanical soil disturbance. So we don't want to disturb the soils. We want to plant directly into the soil without planting or without plowing and with a no-till planter. The second principle is permanent organic soil cover. So we want to have the soil covered with either crop residues or live crops. So to protect the soil from wind or water erosion, and also to allow water to infiltrate into the soil. The third principle is diversity. So we want to have as much crops in the field or in a year as possible, at least 3 crops in a rotation. We also want to involve or include multi-species cover crops. And then we want to integrate animals or livestock into the system, which makes it much more beneficial or profitable. And lastly, we want to have live roots in the soil for the whole year, feeding the soil and improving the soil.
Speaking of soil, what are the effects on soil conservation using this system?
Conce, you know, soil is the heart of the system. So all these principles that I just mentioned have a big impact on the soil. So the better you do and apply these principles, so the bigger the impact you have on the soil and the healthier the soil gets. So if you look after the soil will look after you. So the healthier the soil, the more nutrients and the more water the soil will have, making the system more profitable and sustainable.
All right, speaking on profitability as well, what are the economic benefits as well as general benefits of using conservation agriculture?
Conce, you might realize that we're facing and creating as farmers a lot of environmental problems like soil erosion, a loss of biodiversity, and also climate change. But conservation agriculture can stop these degradation processes and actually reverse it. For example, climate change, conservation agriculture is one of the most practical and ideal solutions to sequester carbon out of the atmosphere into the soil. It is right in the solution is, in other words, right in the hands of the farmers and beneath their feet in the soil. In terms of economical benefits, you all know, especially as economists, that input costs are rising and the real value of maize, for example, is going down. So somewhere there will be a clash and farmers will be in trouble. So conservation agriculture allows farmers to reduce their input costs and stabilize their yield, especially over longer term. And that makes farmers to be much more profitable and productive and efficient over the longer term.
All right. And the main challenges a farmer would possibly face when moving from conventional farming to this new conservation agri, what would those be?
Conce, I think the big challenge for farmers is to gather new knowledge and skills. They need to know and learn about CA principles and see how those can be integrated into their reality, into their farming system. And they will need to start to experiment with it, adapt it towards their situation, and then learn and adapt over a long period. They also need to get the right implements, especially a no-till planter, a good sprayer, and that is the essential tools they're going to need to be able to apply conservation agriculture in their farming environment.
Thank you, Hendrick. Farmers may benefit substantially from the adaptation of conservation agriculture through the use of no-tillage, crop rotations, and cover crops. Great management and crop diversification is paramount to the success of this system. Thank you. Until next time, bye-bye.